Mr. Trump says he wants to make America affordable again. Your response? So you ought to get a job.
Joe Biden, he is no longer taking any more of the crap that is being put out in the media system when it comes to him and his vice president, as he should, considering he's no longer in the running for president. This is his last term. He will be a one-term president. But we can't lie and say that Joe Biden didn't have an amazing term. He has been extremely effective considering the majorities he's had and the fact that he took an entire country out of a pandemic. So he was on the trail with Vice President Harris to tout that they have finally combat drug costs here in America. They were able to get 10 very expensive life-saving drugs reduced by 70%.
Our nation have done more on so many issues, including to expand access to affordable health care than Joe Biden. And today we take the next step, thank you, Joe, forward in our fight.
And he received a wonderful reception from the crowd at this event. And we all know what's really going to get at Trump is the fact that the crowd size in there, the crowd is full. There's no negating. That is a packed hall in Maryland. That is a packed hall. And we already know that we're going to hear Trump complain about crowd sizes. Not that that's helping his case, because even his most loyal MAGA advocates are coming at him about that. They're telling him, stop. This is ridiculous. Especially the entire AI debate they've been doing.
If Trump spends more time complaining about depictions of the crowd size at Kamala Harris rallies, that's really going to seal the deal for him.
That's going to turn it.
That's going to get the state voters.
So
Not
dumb.
just that,
For the listening audience, he's claiming that the big crowds outside of her airplane and elsewhere are AI generated, and there's just no proof of that. I mean, like, there was a conspiracy theory somebody started. There were all these other pictures from people who were actually there that showed the huge. Are they all in on it? Like everyone who showed up got an AI?
We all know that MAGA believes the entire world is in on it when it comes to the entire election, the election being stolen, and now the crowd size are fake, and everybody in the crowd, they're all faking it. We all know that it's MAGA. Going back to the rally today with Kamala Harris had with Joe Biden to tout these 10 extremely expensive medicines, life-saving medicines that they got reduced. See here that it says White House says prescription drug deal will produce billions in savings for taxpayers. They had to get all this negotiated by September 1 so that it can go in effect 2026. The reason why it goes in effect 2026 is because that was negotiated by Republicans. They didn't want it to go in effect until 2026. They said that that would give enough time for all of the information to get into the database. Obviously, if you wanted to get in effect sooner, please contact your representatives, because they can always pass a new law to get it in effect as soon as 2024 of December of this 2024, January 1st of 2025. So that's just a side note I always like to point out. And we can see here that these are the prices that they got reduced. Like, this is a huge cut for the average American family, whether you are whether you're going through cancer, heart failure, diabetes. All these drugs are life-saving drugs. And as you can see, some of these drugs are as expensive as $15,000. That's not something that the average family can afford to pay for. So we're extremely grateful for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for getting these drug prices negotiated and getting it done within the September 1 deadline they had to get it done by. Back to Joe Biden not taking any more crap from Donald Trump or the media. Y'all, look at this clip.
We're running against, what's his name? Donald Dump or Donald whatever. They want to get rid of this, what we passed. They're fighting to get rid of what we've just passed. No, I'm serious.
That's the sad truth. They do want to get rid of the bill that had allowed for this to come through. I believe it was the Inflation Reduction Act. The Inflation Reduction Act had a provision that allowed for them to finally negotiate with Medicare. And There's no reason why we should be able to cross into Canada and buy the exact same drugs for a much lower price. There's no reason we have to live like that in America. But anyway, guys, I am extremely loving this new Joe Biden. He looks like he's been revitalized. I hate the way that everything happened. I still believe that Joe Biden could have won this November, but that's neither here nor there at this point. But you can't lie. Joe Biden is an extremely effective president, even with everything that's been going on. He's now fulfilled another commitment to the American people. He has gotten drug prices reduced. 10 very important drugs. And guess what? In next year, they start the process to get 10 more drugs reduced. And then after that, another 10 drugs get reduced. It's a process. So, y'all, I think Joe Biden will go down as the best president in American history. What do y'all think? Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you saw anything in here that you liked. If you wanted me to touch on other topics that are happening in the political sphere or anything like that, feel free to DM me on TikTok or Instagram. Both are linked on this page. And y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye.